This is our second video for the JM 793 student course walkthrough. In this video I'm going to show you labels in the course, show you how to create them and move them around in the course. First of all, you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is a label? If you scroll down here to section number 1, you'll see the stock picture I put in here, and we'll get into pictures in one of the later videos. Below that, you'll see a link to a forum, and then below that, it'll say description, and then again, just some standard text, filler text that I copy and pasted in. This text in here that you're seeing is an actual label, and as you'll see, there's actually the description there, description there, description there. So there's actually 3 labels that are stacked here. To edit any of those labels, as I showed you in the prior video, you come up to the little editing icon here. Again, if you don't see these 4 icons right there next to each item, make sure that you go up to the very top here and click the Turn Editing On button. It's just like a light switch. I just turned it off there, so I will turn it on again. And then scroll to the label you want. Actually, I'll grab the course description here at the very top of the course. Hit the what looks like a notepad. I'll click the notepad to edit it. And go in and here I'll see my text with a little WYSIWYG editor, so I can go add in some new text. I can highlight that text, and just as if you're working on Microsoft Word or something, I can make it bold. I could make it large if I wanted. Everything like that. This is also where you're going to insert pictures up here with this picture icon, but I will get into that in a later video. Once you're done with that, you click the Save and Return to Course, and then that will update that label. But let's say that you wanted to add a new label. For example, I just had this the first video I placed here on the screen, and I want to make a label for students right underneath it says actually what this video is. The way you do that is in the lower right hand corner of each section. So think of the top here as section 0, and then below obviously section 1, section 2, section 3, etc. In the lower right hand corner of each section, you have 2 drop down boxes. One says add a resource and one says add an activity. We'll get into the activities and resources in more detail in further videos, but for right now we're going to insert a label out of this. A label's under actually the add a resource. So if you click the drop down, you'll see compose a text page, compose a web page, link to a file, etc., etc. The very top option is insert a label. So what I want you to do is I want you to click that, click insert a label. A blank label will jump up, so I'm going to type in my label here. So this is going to be video number 1, intro to course admin. Make it to bold, and I will go down and save it at the bottom. I now see where I placed that label, which was actually here at the bottom of section number 1. I placed that label, and I'll see it down here, video number 1, course admin. Of course, I have my little editing blocks on. When you insert a label, it will always insert at the very bottom of the section that you stick it in. So actually, I probably should have started this label up at the top, up in section 0, but that's no big deal. To move these labels up or down, you come over again to the little editing icon, so I can move it to my right, but the second one says move with the up or down arrow. Click that, and what will pop up is you will then be directed to the very top of the course, and you'll have these little blocks. See these little kind of outlined blocks? Click in whichever block you want, where you want to place it. For me, I want to place it right underneath this first video, so I click it there. And now, once I've done that, it has moved my label, video, course intro number 1, right there. So that's how you stick labels in. And again, you'll see I use labels actually quite a bit in designing courses to block out sections and to move things around. One, just sort of a design standpoint to think of is that you shouldn't make your label really, really long. You shouldn't have a label that's 2 or 3 pages long, because if you need to stick something in the middle of that label, you either have to edit the 2 or 3 page label, or you have to chop the label up into smaller labels. So try to keep your labels, maybe a couple of paragraphs long. This concludes the second video. Next video, we're going to look at inserting pictures and how to do that.